Indians, like other third worlders, don't understand Western rules of fair play. For them, everything is a grift, every rule exists to be gamed. If India had never been colonized, it would exist in the exact same state today as it did when first encountered by Europeans. China is the same way. Somewhere in Delhi right now, thousands of young Indian men in flip-flops are posting bullshit once a minute from dawn till dusk so they can make $3 an hour. This is interesting. I had no idea about this, but it just kind of clicked when I read this, and it just made a lot of sense to me. And I think there's probably lots of examples of this. So we got this person here, Star Strider, who, if you look at their profile, claims to be a Liverpool fan. And I think, if I understand correctly, but it says they're from the UK. Yeah. So you can see here. The fuck? Where did that go? Huh? Oh, there it is. So, from Cardiff, Wales, apparently. From Cardiff, Wales. Okay, interesting. So, this guy posts this. X is life-changing by its payout system. X is the best platform. And there's various amounts of money getting paid. But if you look, they're all quite trivial sums for the time frame that we're dealing with. When it comes to X, normally payouts are in the thousands, and that's the kind of payouts that people are like more interested in. But he's posting like getting paid like $387, $491, $566. Trivial. Yes, for an influencer, this is a trivial amount of money. Yes. For like an ex-influencer, normally you'd expect to be posting about like thousands of dollars, right? I mean, I don't know, dude. I'm not saying like, obviously, if you said, oh, I'll give you $387, I'd be like, yeah, sure, that sounds good. But it's hardly like life-changing money, is it? You know? So anyway, this guy then posts a thread exposing it all. Now, this guy here, Josiah Lippincott, could well be racist, for all I know. But I don't really care, because he does still raise some good points. So he says, I know what you are. Congratulations, India. 5 matches and 5 wins. What an incredible performance by Team India in the Champions Trophy 2025. So this feels a little bit like, and I think some people did this meme with this post even, but you know in Inglourious Bastards, where it's the 3 fingers, and the guy's like, well, no, that's not actually how we do it. We do it like this. That's how we actually do it. It's a bit like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, why are you posting about the fucking Indian cricket team? Particularly if you're from the UK. It's insane that you would... Is this the cricket team? Is that right? Yeah, it must be, yeah. Like, if you're from the UK, it's like posting about your mortal enemy. It would be, okay, what's like a sports rivalry in the US? It would be like, you got a big sports rivalry between 2 teams, and then someone that supports Team A posts a thing about celebrating the success of Team B. Like, it's like, what? If you're English, that you would not be like, oh, well done, Indian cricket players. It's just like bizarre, like a bizarre thing to do. You know? Kicks nets. The Cowboys versus the entire rest of football. Alabama versus Georgia. Yeah, something like that. You get the gist, right? So it does seem to suggest that, yeah, this guy's not actually from the UK and he probably is Indian. But if, you wanted more information about that, let's have a look. There has been a massive explosion in India content farming on this site in the last few months. Very clear that the decline in advertising payouts for big American accounts is due to the subcontinent cracking the engagement algorithm to their advantage. And then you look at this, and this guy is just endlessly posting this. And each tweet only gets like 500 odd views. But obviously collectively, he's probably pulling in like thousands and thousands of impressions a day. Can you marry your best friend? Shark or whale? Choose one. Cake, pizza. Morning or night? Do you believe in love at first sight? Cheese or chocolate? fever and flu. And if you look here, despite having, you know, say 36 likes and 514 impressions, it's got 39 comments. Why do these posts have so many comments on them? That seems a bit unusual, because normally the comments would be like, you know, beneath the other metrics on a tweet. Or the ratio between 39 comments and this many impressions seems quite high for comments, you know? You continue on. Here is how engagement farming works in practice. Starstrider is part of a network of Indian blue check accounts that post an unbelievable amount of very stupid posts on a daily basis. See above. If you click on the replies, it's all other Indian blue checks. So, suburbs, city, love a chill countryside day, city, city. I prefer countryside, city, city, countryside for the city. Like all these like silly posts. Okay, right. And then he goes on further. Advertising revenue is a global pot of money. Your share of revenue is a split of the whole planet and is based on your overall engagement with other blue checks. Is that, I'm not sure. Is that how this works with X? Is that right? Is that how this works? I'm just trying to think it through, because obviously, you know, on YouTube, for example, an ad runs on my channel and I'm paid money on the basis of like how much that ad runs for and a portion of that, etc. Whereas with this, yeah, I guess it doesn't work in the same way, right? Because an advert gets shown on a tweet, and I don't think that you're going to get like a percentage of the tweet ad that's shown. Well, no, but the point is you were rewarded based on the performance of your own channel. If it's Elon money, who cares? Well, the point is it's taking away from other creators. Anyway, let's read on. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. But let's continue on. So a bunch of Indian blue checks responding to each other endlessly get a share of money out of the same pot of money that American content creators who actually say original and interesting things. The huge amount of posting allows these Indians to generate artificially high engagement numbers and pull in more money from the global, read American revenue market. Starstrider has posted nearly 200,000 times in the last year. He's averaging 547 posts a day. I, by contrast, though a Twitter super user, only post about 20 times a day. Starstrider has an inhuman engagement rate, and he is doing it in league with a community of other Indian engagement farmers known as the Reply Guys. The joys of globalism. Indians, okay. Here we go. This is where it gets good. Here's what it is. Indians, like other third worlders, don't understand Western rules of fair play. For them, everything is a grift. Every rule exists to be gamed. Sure. Yeah. Why not? I don't actually necessarily disagree with that, right? I mean, I don't know what this guy thinks about it exactly. But, I mean, yeah, I think that Indian society is just fucked, isn't it? Obviously, there's scammers from all walks of life, but it does seem to be there's a lot of fucking Indian scammers out there, you know? The Indian engagement farmer, like the Indian call center scammer, is the archetype of the Indian. India is a giant global parasite. There is virtually no actual creativity or industry in the subcontinent. I'm going to have to disagree with that point. Have you not seen that Indian movie that's about the robot? And he, like, you know, becomes like all these different... Wonderful. He turns to a big snake at one point.
Money off depressed people?
For hand sanitizer only. Post proof of purchase.
Hashtag save chudlogic. I recommend Bath and Body Works. They have really yummy scents and gentle on your hands.
Thank you for the $5. I will not be posting any sort of, you know, proof of purchase for specific donations that are made. I'm pretty sure I said last time that I'm not going to buy things off the back of certain donos. So, you know, unfortunate situation. Yes. Well, how is it a scam? How is it a scam? I'm not going to buy things off the back of specific donations. And then you do it anyway. Well, no, unlucky. Don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. Also, I am definitely never going to fucking start posting receipts for things that I bought with. No fucking way. Get fucked. Not happening. Absolutely not. That's a fucking nightmare. If you do it for one person, other people start to do it too. Oh, hey, Chud, I donated some money. Can you buy this specific thing that I want you to buy and then post proof? No, absolutely not. Okay? If it's better for you, assume that I've done what you've asked me to do. But I'm not fucking getting into those games. Not fucking happening, dude. No way. No way.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
So this donation won't go towards you purchasing a cotton plantation?
Thank you for the super chats. Thank you. Right, let's continue. So what else have we got here? It's just a layer after layer of grifters suckling at the tit of Western technology and ingenuity. Yeah, I think. See, it's tricky because when someone says something like this, I'm like, okay, but I don't think it's because there's something fundamental to being an Indian person that makes you like this. And in fact, there's plenty of people that like are naturalized citizens in other countries that don't act like this. You know, I think it is largely a product of like Indian society, culture, and etc. You know. See, people are saying, yeah, there is. But stylo, people say that about the blacks. Don't you have a problem with that? I think stylo might be actually just racist, to be honest, against other races. If India had never been colonized, it would exist in the exact same state today as it did when first encountered by Europeans. China is the same way. China? What? Dude, that's a bit much about China, isn't it? India's GDP is entirely fake. Its tech industry is fake. Its science is fake. These people could not build what they have from scratch if it were taken away. This is the source of the boiling resentment you find amongst the what's this? Hindutvas, and the vast bulk of Indian migrants to the West. Okay. This isn't about individuals, by the way. There are obvious exceptions, but in the grand scheme of 1.2 billion Indians, they just aren't that important. Spiritually, India is an abyss. Somewhere in Delhi right now, thousands of young Indian men in flip-flops are posting bullshit once a minute from dawn till dusk so they can make $3 an hour. Right. Dude. This is 4 times the average Indian wage. This is a vision of hell. India is a vision of the nothing, of the eternal reign of quantity over quality, of the rule of the stomach over the mind and spirit. Biomass uber allies. Life for the sake of more life and nothing else. I understand the Buddha now. It all makes sense. The longing to escape, the nihilism, the overpowering desire for purity and cleanliness. Yes, I understand. At Elon Musk, can we get an IP ban for ex-India accounts? Isn't he farming too? Well, no. He is expressing his genuine thoughts and feelings about a particular topic. I don't think this is farming. Like, bro, how can you say this guy typing out his own original thoughts about a topic is the same as endlessly posting this slop? What are you on about, dude? He is posting stuff and he will get money for that, but it's like of an honest nature. He's genuinely expressing something he feels about a topic. Whereas this guy's just posting engagement bait slop. Like, what, dude? Bro, what do you think baiting means, dude? And he's done a little video about it too. Let's have a look at this.
All right, let's see how Indian content farming works. So you can see this guy right here has Star Strider. He's got 18.3 thousand followers. He's tweeted about 200,000 times in the last year. He's averaging about 550 posts during waking hours. So he's posting, or it seems 550 posts a day, which amounts to about like 50 posts an hour if you are working dawn till dusk. And you can see how this works. He's part of this community. Reply Guys.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't notice that as well. So community reply guys. Let's support each other. Right. Let's reply to each other's tweets because the payments are based on blue checkmark engagement, right? Okay, dude.
I'm guessing all of these people are Indian. He is definitely not from Wales. We can tell because you can go to click here, click India. Yep, India. He's talking about Indian. I believe this is a cricket star talking about India. Lots of comments about India. Everything's India, 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 India. Congrats.
Wait, look, there it is right there. India won, we won. Dude, it's right there for you. India won, we won. Dude. We won. Wait, I thought you were from Cardiff. What are you winning exactly? Oh, it's because you're Indian, you're lying. Another fucking grift, another lie, another scam from this Indian.
Congratulations, India, 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 India. Everything's India. He posts about India every day. That's because he's Indian. And we can go and see how the payout engagement farming works. Let's take this post, for instance, at random. Here's an account, Neo Stinger, is allegedly a black man. I don't think that's right. And here we go. We have posting about India.
Okay, that was retarded. Bro, wasn't that? Yeah. What do you mean posting about India? There's one post. Come on, you're fucking coping there. Oh yeah, well I found one tweet about India. Now they really have India smelly ass on call with girl on a monkey is crazy. Come on, dude. Also, is that India the place or is India a person? I don't know.
And
they really have India smelly ass on a call. That sounds like it could be a reference to a person, though.
And here we go. We have posting about India. Let's see about this guy right here. These might actually be Nigerians who are in on the grift, but we can also see, oh, this might be an actual
content creator. Telepathy Vijay. I mean, look there. That's, I mean, okay. Okay, this guy's being a bit retarded now.
in on the grift.
How can we figure out whether this guy's from India? I know what we'll do. Let's have a look at if he's tweeted about
We can
it.
also see, oh, this might be.
Or alternatively, you can just look at his location where he said India right there. It's like he thinks this is the way to prove it. So you got India there and you got some Indian sounding names.
An actual Nigerian. Doesn't matter.
Wait, what? Is
You
this
can
guy
also see,
retarded?
oh, this might be an actual Nigerian.
This might be a Nigerian. It says it right there, bro. Just look. What?
Doesn't matter. You can see how this works. All these people are blue checks, and they're all commenting on another blue check, and they're doing this to boost their engagement rate, so they can get a share of the advertising money. So here, there you go. You have stuff about India, India, India.
There we
India.
go.
Everything's India.
I'm Rayeen.
And he's posting like this because stuff about of the advertising money. So here, there you go. You have stuff about India, 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 India. Everything's India. And he's posting like this because he's Indian. And that's why he's got the Indian flag in one of his posts. I don't know what this is. Probably some sort of pidgin English, something about India.
Bro, wait.
This is probably some sort of pidgin English.
Location. India. Location. India. You little fucking search their fucking tweets for India is unnecessary when they just fucking tell you that they're from India, bro. I think this guy's just wrapped up in his little idea that he's got to search for the India tweets. But it's like, it says it right there, bro. The point isn't that he's wrong about this, by the way. I'm not disagreeing with his fundamental theory. I agree the fundamental theory is correct. It's just fucking retarded that you're like, how can we figure out whether this guy's actually from India? And like just telling you right there, just say, oh look at that. Wow, it actually says it there.
Something about India. Let's see, we'll go to this guy right here.
The system is correct. Yeah, but the system is pointless if they tell you they're from India. The point is someone is misrepresenting where they're from, and they're saying they're from the UK, and then there's that's the first time was great because it was perfect. Yeah, he says he's from fucking England, and he's posting shit about India. That's worth pointing out then. But then, when they say that they're from India, you don't need to go and search. You can go, oh look, they're saying they're from India here, because some of them will, some of them won't.
Here, let's see Indian. Yep, India. Everything's India. He's talking. See Indian.
Who's this guy? BN Otaku.
Pidgin English.
Did he show his account?
Something about India. Let's see. We'll go to this.
Okay. Okay, this one's more relevant because it doesn't show it there. Good. Okay.
Guy right here.
This one's good for me.
See Indian. Yep, India. Everything's India. He's talking about India.
Okay, I mean, I would hazard a guess this guy probably is Indian, but I mean it's not the best evidence to prove it. But sure, I'll take that one.
These people are very predictable, and you can see how this works. They're all working together in a gigantic community of scammers who are posting hundreds of times a day in order to...
Exactly, yes. It matters where they're from when it's different than where their fake accounts say they are, precisely. Exactly.
To boost their payouts from X. So they're obviously gaming the system, and you can just see just infinite examples of this. Again, we type in the word India. Yeah. Great start from the India team. Again, he's probably commenting about cricket. Yup, there it is. Boom, got him. The major, let's see. This guy might be Nigerian, but we can see. Yep, there it is. Boom, India.
Scamming who? Twitter, who cares? Well, the point this guy's making, I'm not 100% on this, exactly how it works, but the point he's making is that on Twitter, advertising payouts, there's basically a pool of money, and that's split between monetized creators. Like apparently it's based on the amount of impressions that you get. An engagement with blue checks accounts. It's not apparently based on, how much, you are getting paid to run an ad on like a YouTube channel or something like that. So the point he's making is, if people are doing this, you are siphoning money off of what is essentially abusing the system out of creators' pockets who are actually engaging in a good faith fashion with the monetization system.
India, everything's India. You might think he's black. Nope, Indian. Let's see. This guy right here. Nigerian or Indian? Call it. Kaboom! India.
The point is they're swarming digital spaces as well as physical ones with their low trust garbage existence. They literally ruin everything. It can't be explained more simply. Oh, damn, that sounds a bit racist, doesn't it? Damn, that's...
You might think, but it is what we've got. Anyway, a lot of these guys are AI generated stuff. Look at this. Everything's blue checks. And the reason for this, of course, is they can make money off of life-changing money. I think the average hourly wage in India is something like $3 an hour. Depends on if Google lied to me or not. But my estimation based off of this account's payouts is that he is making about, Indian average wage is under $1 an hour, but I think this guy is making about $3 an hour doing what he's doing. So that's triple the average wage in his country. So in America, that would probably be the equivalent of having a $150,000 a year plus job, and all he's doing is posting every single day. Yeah, there you go. 475 split over 14 days. You're looking at what, $30 a day, more or less, give or take, and he's just posting nonsense all day long. This is a huge problem, and it demonstrates the problem with globalism, which is you.
Oh yeah, of course, right? Yeah, no, sure. I think because it's changed. Look, yeah. So it did change. I think this guy's right. I think it did change to this model. Look, because I remember it was based on ad sharing originally. Look. We renaming our ads revenue sharing program and modifying our creating revenue sharing program terms to focus on organic engagement, not ads. So it is based on engagement then, rather than actual ads. And it does, well, does it speak to whether it's like a pot? I don't know, dude. I do not know the fucking mechanics of it, unfortunately. Does it explain more here? With creative revenue sharing, eligible creators can earn money by creating content on X. Now, the basic point I'm trying to make, is it true that if you earn $1 on X's revenue system, then that's $1 that would otherwise be going into the broad pool of money that gets paid out to people? And I don't know if this really explains it in that level. Read payouts. Oh, okay. Payouts are calculated based on engagement from premium users with your content on X. Payouts are currently processed every 2 weeks, and the minimum payout is $10. If you miss payouts, you can receive your entire unpaid balance for the previous 90 days. We make payouts through our payment processor. Once you're eligible, we need to put the following steps. Okay. Is that right? Maybe the program terms? Okay, I'm not reading fucking all this shit, dude. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well then I guess yeah, I could like, how do they like, it must work on this basis, because how would you calculate how much money you're going to pay out to creators? If it's on ads, you get a sort of portion of the ad money, whatever it is, towards you based on the amount of ads watched, right? But how else would they calculate it? Because you're not basing it on an actual financial figure. You're basing it on engagement. Right? And that probably comes out of the ads money, but maybe, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I need to know more about it to conclusively confirm. In any case, regardless, if it's like just Twitch that they're scamming with this, I'm going to care less about it, because it's like, or Twitter, they're scamming. It's like, well, that's up to Twitter to resolve. But if it's true that this is like having well, it still is Twitter's problem to resolve. But I just think it's like, yeah, I can definitely see the point more so if it is like a pool of money and they're just tapping into it illicitly, you know?
You have labor arbitrage. The people who are posting in the West designed to make content that people want to see, quality, posting, you know, there are people who want to read content on X, and you know they want to support people who do a good job, and it's fine in theory. But then you see people gaming the system from the third world in ways that are non-productive, right? And that's the problem with free trade generally, is that how are you supposed to compete with this, right? You can't compete. It's literally parasitic activity, and unless you have extremely aggressive content moderation, or my preferred solution, just straight up IP banning India from using X, at least to make money, you're going to get gaming of the system like this. And you see this
also, the issue I've got with this guy's take too is, yeah, this is obviously total garbage, right? But then there's plenty of people whose only engagement with X is just posting like slop, like absolute dog shit. And you see these accounts that have got a professed purpose, right? Like, you know, the libtard report, and it's like a bunch of it's supposed to be talking about libtards being libtards, but then they just start posting obvious engagement bait totally unrelated to the topic they're supposed to be talking about. And it's like, well, hang on a sec, I thought this was about calling out libtards, and now you're like, look at this baby monkey hug its mother for the first time. And it's like, okay, well, that's just shitty engagement baiting, and that is also gaming the system, and it's in a different fashion, sure, but you're also then gaming the system, because, you know, you're posting something purely for the purpose of soliciting engagement, rather than actually thoughtfully putting out the content which you're supposed to be doing as laid out in the concept of your, like, account, you know? So it's like, yeah, sure, you can single in on Indian scammers, but there's a bunch of this type of shit that happens from people that aren't Indian, you know?
In every industry on the planet. You can see this in...
And also, wow, to be fair, actually, you make a good point. Accounts called things like Western Return 455 are also Indians. Some of those accounts are actually Indian. So that's a good point. That is true. There's like one guy that got exposed for being Indian. And it was some like Return to Tradition West or some shit.
manufacturing in steel production in China. You know, the third world just does not have, there's no dignity, right? These people will just...
Whataboutism. Can you explain how what I've said is whataboutism? Whataboutism is, you know, trying to fucking obfuscate something that's happening by saying, well, what about this? Right? I'm saying that he is, you know, soloing out Indians as like this for this parasitic behavior. And I don't even disagree with what he's saying. But I'm saying, well, other people do this too. So it's obviously not just an Indian problem. Like, there is a broad issue with this sort of behavior. And I think it is a product of Twitter's shitty systems than, you know, anything else, you know?
Do whatever for money, and they'll post like this all day long. And so it's a problem, but this is a helpful example of the problems of globalism, the problem of free trade, and the problem of the third world more generally. Just a helpful example. And maybe, you never know, maybe Elon will do something about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think you're being a little bit hopeful there. Elon loves it when Indians replace whites. You know, he loves H-1B visas, so I wouldn't be too hopeful about that. I think you're, you know, anyway. Anyway, you get the gist, guys. You get the gist. You get the gist, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently this is from some fucking Reddit post about something I don't know. What happened to Chudlogic? He used to be woke, and then he turned into a racist. I don't know, I was never a fan. He is really racist, though. He has a black mod on his Discord that is okay with all of it, so the way they talk is like they have permission, almost makes it worse. Bro, it's not even true that Stylo is okay with all of it, right? Stylo isn't, it's just that Stylo isn't a total fucking pussy. First of all, okay? And second of all, Stylo does take issue with the kind of lowbrow racist shit that people post. It's just he's not sensitive enough to want to fucking, you know, stop people saying the soft day or something. Stylo's constantly calling me out for my BBC obsession. Exactly.